More and more dogs are stressed out, reactive, frustrated, and just at their wits' end with us. And one of the reasons is we don't give them enough opportunities to decompress and be a dog. They are stuck in our homes, they're stuck in our fenced-in backyards, they're stuck on 6-foot leads and don't get the freedom to go off and explore and do doggy things. And in today's video, we're going to talk about decompression walks and why they're so valuable and why you really need to implement them into your dog's life so that they can be more relaxed and easier to live with. And honestly, it benefits you too. I'm Paula with Canine Country Academy. We create videos to give you the tools and the skills to have a well-mannered dog, all while building the relationship you both deserve. I want you to think of dogs in captivity. The dogs we live with are in captivity. We control everything that happens in their life for the most part. We decide when they eat, we decide when they get to train, we get to decide when they play, go outside, on and on and on. And while these aren't zoo animals, they have more freedoms and luxuries than those animals, they still don't get to do all of the natural things that dogs would do because we keep them safe in our homes and in our fenced-in backyards like mine here. What I want you to think about is how can I add more natural things to my dog's life that they would naturally enjoy doing that is unstructured. And that may be a huge transformation in your brain because you're like, well, shouldn't they walk on a loose leash like right next to me in perfect heel position? Why would I need to go to a park or an open space or a sniff spot when I have a backyard or I have a neighborhood? Like, that doesn't make any sense, right? But what I will tell you is that decompression walks can help your dog be less stressed, less anxious, and easier to live with. And that's something we all can benefit from, ourselves as well as our dogs. Now, each dog is an individual and you are an individual as well. So finding what the right mix of exercise and enrichment for your dog is going to be different than my dog's. But I thought I'd share what I experienced with my own dogs to help give you an idea of how different each dog that you share your life with and know can be. So I'll start with my eldest, Norby. He's almost 7, hard to believe. He enjoys any kind of time he can get out of the house. That can be in a big open field, it can be on a hiking trail, it can be on a paved trail, it can even be in our neighborhood. As long as he's getting out of the house and having fun sniffing and learning, he's gonna feel fulfilled. And it doesn't take hours and hours and hours to get that for him, especially if it's unstructured and there's time for him to sniff and just to relax and be a dog. We have Panzer, who is almost 6 years old, and he doesn't need as much enrichment. He's pretty happy being at home and doing things with my husband, but he does enjoy getting out. And I would say for him, he enjoys getting out in new spaces on a regular basis. So that might be a park he hasn't been to in a while, on a hiking trail, on a walk or a hike with other dogs. He really enjoys having a little bit of variety in his life, but it doesn't have to be daily or even weekly, honestly, for him to be okay. He would enjoy it, but it's not going to be devastating for him if he doesn't get out as often as maybe the other dogs do in our household. And I really try to prioritize based on the individual dog and not stress so much about everybody having the exact same experience. Then we have the puppy, who's 10 months old as of the recording of this video, and she also likes getting out. She's kind of the middle of the dogs. She likes to get out a good amount, and she prefers only getting out on unpaved or unstructured paths. She does not enjoy going out in the neighborhood or being at a community park or a county park. It's fine, but it's not the same. She likes her feet to get dirty. She likes to sniff everything. She likes to explore, and that's quite all right for me because that's what I enjoy too, but it's not always possible, so we try to get as much as we can for her and supplement with other things. So for you and your dog, if you were going to do a decompression walk, you want to follow some basic guidelines in order to help have them have a good time and a safe time. And again, this is going to depend on you and your individual dog and what you have access to. What I would recommend if I was going to take you and your dog out for a decompression walk is to find a place that is low traffic area, that is unpaved, so a hiking trail, an open field, a sniff spot could be great too if there's some acreage there that you can utilize. And you want to be able to be out in nature. You want them to do nature things. And we're going to let the dogs be kind of feral in a way where we're not going to expect a lot of recalls or heel work or connecting. We want them to still be near us and be safe, but we don't want to require too much of them. This is decompression time. This is time to just relax, be a dog, let loose, and have a good time. We all can benefit from this, but I would say myself, it's hard for me to decompress, and it can be hard for your dog as well. So if your dog has never had a decompression walk, if they're kind of high strung, they're kind of stressy, you may not see the benefits right away. It may take a while for them to actually decompress, and so that might mean multiple decompression outings in order for them to get the full benefit. For your decompression walk, I also want you to think about your dog getting out and sniffing and you having some rewards for them if they choose to check in, but don't make it about the check-in. We want them to have a great time, and if they choose to check in, give them something really amazing like a piece of cheese or chicken. We still want that connection, but also just be a dog. I like to put my dogs on a 20, 30, or 50-foot leash, depending on the area, as long as it's safe for them to get out at that distance. Most parks do require a dog be on leash. A true decompression walk, if you felt safe in that area, would be off leash to give your dog more freedom. That might be overwhelming if you're new to this, but it could be something to work towards. And I can share in a future video how I got to the point of letting my dog off leash some in areas that are safe and that he's under control, and so he's following the laws as well. I don't want anyone to go willy-nilly and just like take their dog off leash and hope for the best. Like, that's not cool. But having a long biophane leash or a leash you feel comfortable handling and your dog on a harness can give you the best case scenario for a decompression walk if you cannot take them off leash or you feel unsafe to do so because you don't want your dog to run off and be unsafe. To get the maximum benefit of a decompression walk, I would start with 30 minutes to an hour. I know that can sound like a lot, but you both need it, so it's worth the time together. If you can do this once or twice a week, wow, that'd be amazing, but just do your best. I don't always get that many in a week because of my schedule, the weather, those sort of things, but do your best to fit one in a week as a starter point and do 30 minutes to an hour of them just going off and roaming and having a great time, and just enjoy them. Like, don't feel like you need to talk to them. Feel like you're just in this nice space. They're kind of zen together, and let them explore and see the world. For dogs that are new to decompression walks, you may also notice, aside from them not decompressing straight away, is that they don't go very far from you. So often our dogs are used to like 6-foot leads or 10-foot leads, and they don't get very far from you. And that's kind of a problem. We want our dogs to be connected to us mentally, so we don't want them to go more than maybe 50 feet away. But if they can't just move 6 feet away from you, that just shows you a sign that they're not comfortable. Maybe they don't have enough confidence to be out on their own. And this is definitely something that you want to work on. My decompression walks, for the most part, unless I bring a friend with their dog, is solo. So you can do it with friends, but you can also do it completely solo. If I was doing it with just my own dogs, I make sure it's just one dog at a time. I really want them to have that one-on-one time with me. That's can be overwhelming if you have multiple dogs. So again, prioritize based on the dog and their needs. But having that one-on-one time together is really special, that I get to see who they are, I get to see how they feel that day, and then most of the time they come home and they just relax because they had that great outing and we had that connection together. And so I don't have to do much with them for the rest of the day, which is pretty great for just a nice calm walk.